troops, welcome back to the Litanah Army. I'm Lit, and this is Fortnite Save the World. And what I want to check out today is this, the Save the World front-end improvements. Now, everyone's been talking about this. It's big news at the minute. I know most of the other YouTubers are covering it as well, but I wanted to give my take on it and just kind of talk about the future about Save the World and kind of what I think this means for the future of the game. Because I think this is quite a poignant update, and it's quite big news, which is great. So let's just jump straight in. So let's just have a look a little bit further down here. So the first thing that you're going to see, and if you look here, this looks absolutely awesome. We've got this new UI setup. So that's the big talking point at the minute. That's the big discussion. And it says here, home base. When we approached updating the front end, we set out with a lot of goals. We wanted the UI to be easier to understand and navigate, while also leaving some room to grow in the future. Additionally, we wanted the front end to feel integrated with the rest of the game by giving it more life and character. In the revamp, many of the menu options now represent locations within your home base and are staffed by characters you meet as part of the campaign. Now, that should have been, for me, that should have been something that was in from the start, but it's great to see that Epic are actually discussing this now. They're implementing things. A lot of these changes that you're going to see today have already been implemented, have already been spoken about, on Reddit. And I think this is a big deal. To me, it shows that they're listening to the community. The fact that they're putting more in there and they're actually discussing about leaving room to put things in to develop in the future, I think that's a great sign for Fortnite Save the World. And you've got down here, let's just move down a little bit here. So we've got the command center. So the new command tab acts as an overview of the account progress and prominently features your current hero. The screen acts as a hub and provides a variety of options that become available as you progress through the campaign, offering quick access to change your hero, view your stats, and manage all the heroes and survivors that make you more powerful. So, do you know, the traditional way of doing things, so if we go over just back into the game at the moment and we go over here, look, let's just go back and we go over to skills, this is kind of going to be abolished. So this way of doing things now is kind of gone. I've just about maxed everything out that I can. I've got one more in the research tier 4 to do, but by the time I get that, I'm pretty sure this will be gone. So, do you know, I think this is a good thing. Let's just jump back over to the actual thing here. So if we have a look on there and we actually make this a little bit bigger. Okay, I've just moved my webcam off so you can see, because the bit behind me, or where my webcam normally is actually going to be really important. But if you look down at the bottom here, you've got this level 95. Now, when we do missions, at the moment, the power level might say one thing, but the level down here might say a completely other thing. And then you've got this level up. Do you know, it's all different. So if you look, you've got a level over here, and then you've got a power level over there as well. So this is all going to be very, very different. The way that you actually gain rewards, and you level up, and the XP booster down here as well. This is all great. I think this all should be shown at the edge, on the front end. At the moment, this is all hidden behind menus, a lot of it, or, a lot of new players especially get completely confused with all this. I mean, I think this change is absolutely relevant. You've got your power level there, which is going to be key. They've obviously kept that as the most prominent thing, but also down here, which I think a lot of people will focus on, especially new players, you've got level. And if you look down here across the top, you've got quests, map, command, armory, item shop, and store. And then down this side, heroes, survivors, upgrades, research, and profile. This is just so much more streamlined, which I think will make it much, much better. And then look here, change hero. So you can actually change your hero down there as well. And don't forget, we're going to be having 5 slots in our actual hero setup, in our actual builds. So there's going to be a lot more customization, which is something me and Demon Joe France were talking about a couple of weeks ago on his Let's Talk. Is that hair healthy on his arms there? I mean, I'm not sure that's perfect, but okay. And you've got on there as well, home-based power is now simply called power, and a variety of rewards are given when you level up, including fort stats, as well as schematic XP and resources. XP boost information is also visible on the screen and provides a shortcut to activating the boost. Hallelujah, definitely something that was needed, and I think that is a great little touch that they've got there. Which takes us over to heroes. So heroes, we're excited to introduce the new character to help whip your heroes into fighting shape, the Major. Now look at this guy, he looks pretty awesome. Once you meet him in the campaign, he'll be located in the training room. The Major unlocks your ability to level up, manage your heroes, as well as provides access to defenders, expeditions, and your hero loadout. We'll have more details on the new hero loadout when that feature is closer to release, but for now, it handles your primary hero as well as tactical and support slots, so that's going to be quite a big one. when it actually comes in. Now, that one's not coming in straight away. I think the extra 5 hero slots is going to come in later on. But if you look on there, we've added a back button in the top left for easier navigation on the menus. Players who use a controller can still use the primary back button, which I'm guessing for most people is B square, that kind of thing. But if we have a look on here, this is actually quite different. So you've got heroes on there. You've got manage, hero loadout, defenders, and expeditions. Now, one thing that I heard about is the defenders. What they're actually going to do is the defenders are now going to be part of the actual trap. So you're not going to actually have to put the trap down, go in, you'll press E, select your defender, select the weapon, everything else. What it'll actually do is when you actually put the trap down initially, that's when it'll just come up and you'll actually pre-decide which defender you're going to put onto there. That's my understanding so far. I need to look a little bit more into that, but it sounds really good. I like the fact that they're adding little extra changes to that as well. We've also got manage and hero loadout. Now that's interesting because at the moment, hero loadout makes sense to us all. I'm guessing that's just the hero tab, but manage, I mean, what's that going to be? Is that going to be where we can put all the different heroes in there? I mean, I think the wealth or the variety or the potential variety for combinations in heroes here is going to be absolutely fantastic. So you might play, for example, an urban assault headhunter, but then someone else may play an urban assault headhunter in a completely different way. And I think we're going to have different builds. We're going to have AoE builds. I know David Dean was talking about summoner build for like AoE Grizzly, which might be a thing. Actually, I know he said that it might be obsolete once this update drops, but I don't think so. I actually think this is going to make it so it's going to be more of a thing. We're going to be able to have these really custom loadouts, and we're going to start seeing more customization when it comes to our actual play style and when it comes to us being actually in the game, which I think is really, really exciting. You've got defenders on there as well, which we've just touched upon, and then expeditions. I think they're going to keep expeditions the same. I love expeditions, so I hope they don't change that. I actually want that to be a thing. But the major looks awesome. He's got a little he's got like some sort of knife and fork down in the background, and I love at the back he's got the shurikens and he's got the the katana or katana blade, whatever it is, into the punching bag. It just all looks great. In fact, this entire room looks great. I know Sly Gumby was talking about how it would be cool to make it animated in the background, which I totally agree, and I know people on Reddit have done animated backgrounds already because I absolutely love those. But this guy looks awesome, and I love the fact that they're having, they're bringing the story a little bit more into the game, and I think this is such a great platform, and it speaks volumes for the future of Save the World. Which takes us on to Survivors then. So the Survivor screen is where you'll encounter another new addition to the cast. The director, found later in Stonewood, he'll help you manage all squads and survivors. We'll also introduce in a new feature called autofill. Now that is something that we've needed in Fortnite Save the World for ages. A lot of people, I get a lot of people asking me questions about which survivor's best, which one should I put in. There is no best. I mean, there is a best, but it's just so standard. I mean, I've done videos on survivor squads before and how to fill them, but now auto squads is just so much easier. I mean, it'll do it all for you, it'll do all the work for you. It'll match up so that you get absolutely maxed out, and I think that'll be absolutely great. Autofill works by making sure that your survivors with the highest power are always slotted in a squad slot. Although it's on by default, you can always take full control at any time. There's also a new quick tip screen to better explain the matching rules of squad slotting. Now, if we just go into the game 1 second, I just want to show you this. So these are like the videos that they had before, but they're so dated now. And if you look on there, this is just the hover turret one, and it's all great, but some of these now are just so dated. Like some of the videos that you get, if you look on here, even the graphics, we've had like different graphic updates since then. Things are different, so I just think it'd be good to have those updated as well. And I think that's the first step. What's actually being said in there actually makes a lot of sense. And it says on there, lastly, we've added a feature to make navigation between items faster than before. Use the left and right arrows to quickly change between heroes, schematics, survivors, defenders, and resources. And this is the director. So you've got survivors there, you've got manage and squads, which all looks great. I love the fact he's got the little pictures on the back and the little corkboard behind him there. This just looks great. And again, I don't know how we're going to experience the story if you're a higher power level than what this guy was, so this guy, you can see he's power level 27. So I don't know how this is going to unlock for us as higher leveled players. It might be something that we're allowed to go back and play. Maybe we're starting up a new account. I know me and Tori X spoke about, going back through the game again. I don't know if I've got the minerals or if I've got the staying power to do that again. But maybe, if the game kind of is making changes like this all the time, then why not? Potentially this is something that I may not mind doing. But I think the guy looks absolutely wicked. He looks absolutely great. Maybe as well scope for some new heroes later on. Using the director and using people like this later on. We will see. So let's look at upgrades then. So the upgrades room is staffed by Kevin, your robotic helper, for gaining access to gadgets and other tools. Upgrade points earned by leveling up during missions can be spent to acquire and improve gadgets, as well as upgrade utility options like backpack size and pickaxe strength. You can preview the details of each upgrade in order to make more informed decision in where to invest your points. That's great as well. Do you know, I think a lot of this, when it comes to actually looking after the new player, they're definitely focusing on that to make the game much more accessible, because I do think a lot of people get switched off because they play the first, maybe 5-10 levels of Fortnite Save the World. They just get lost in all these menus. They don't want to go onto YouTube, or they don't want to go, look at guides and things like that, so they just kind of walk away. The guide should be in the game, and I think a lot of the time people have been relying on content creators to kind of get them, to shuffle them through the first part of the game, which is power to you guys. I mean, anyone who's got the staying power to do that has done an absolutely fantastic job. Or even if you're someone who just, gets into the game and just makes mistakes and kind of makes their own way and learns herself, then, it's not easy. But that's not how a game should be played, which I'm sure we all agree on. So looking over at the room then, I mean, this is Kevin over here. He looks pretty awesome. I mean, 1 million V-Bucks. I mean, really? 1 million V-Bucks at power level 40. I mean, how much would that even cost? Someone put in the comments down below. But if you look on there, it's got the little preview there. I'm hoping these videos, which we talked about a minute ago, are going to be upgraded. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. That does look like the old one, but we'll have a see. Now, there's nothing new in there. They all look pretty standard. But maybe, I think what this does do is actually opens up room for, improvement. So it actually means that if they're going to make any future gadgets now, they're going to be much easier to implement. They've got a place to put them. You can see them all. And I think this is absolutely great. So this has got a lot of potential. So it's got on there as well at the bottom. It's got this unlocker at account level 45. I don't know if that's going to apply to this here, to the power level, or if it's going to apply to this level. I'm going to think it's this one over here, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But what's good about this is it does mean there's a lot of scope to add new gadgets into the game now. There's going to be a place to put them, and there's a lot of cool things. We've got the turrets coming in, which I guess is going to fill up this little slot down here. I mean, I did nothing confirm. They've come into BR. I'm just assuming that we're getting the turrets. I think we will, because it's something that we've been crying out for in Fortnite Save the World for so many months, so it's something that I hope Epic is recognizing. Maybe they're going to try it out in the other game, and then they're going to bring it into us later on. Who knows? We'll see. Alright, so this is cool as well. We've got Lars as the researcher. He looks a little different though. Lars, I don't know what it is. It doesn't look like as hardcore a rocker as what he normally does. But it says here, our favourite fan-flying scientist Lars has taken up residence in the research lab, where he'll allow you to spend research points on the thought stats of your choice. So that's quite good. More customization there. We're also introducing bonus meters that provide you with extra stats when filled. The point generation rate and storage capacities of the research lab are now occasionally upgraded when you level up. I think that's really good. And this is how it's going to look. So you've got the research there, you've got your research points on there, and you can actually upgrade these and give yourself a little bit of a bump. But just move my webcam out of the way there as well, just so you guys can see this bit down here. So Fortitude research is currently boosting health and health. Okay, regeneration by 0%, next upgrade increase 1%. So it's only small, but it's minor, but it does look like it could be pretty awesome. So just another section to look forward to. And do you know what, to be fair, Lars does look absolutely awesome. I love the little thing he's got on his iPad kind of thing that he's got going on there, but overall this looks pretty darn good. So the last little bit then, we've got the Armory remains the place to access and manage all your schematic items and resources, as well as the collection book and transform features. So we're keeping all those in there, which is great. In the update, however, the Armory is now appropriately staffed by another character, and this character is called Clip, your weaponsmith. You'll be able to unlock as you progress in the campaign, and like any weaponsmith worth her salt, Clip keeps your most powerful weapon schematics prominently on display. I think that's so cool. So if we just have a quick look at this, that is absolutely awesome. So what you've got in there in the background, look, so if these are the weapons that you've actually got maxed out, then that's what's going to show in the background. So if you've got like your Silent Spectre, you've got your Obliterator, your SiegeBreaker and things like that, they're actually going to show in the background here, which I think is a really nice touch. I mean, we still don't know if these backgrounds are going to be animated or not yet. I hope they are. Do you know what I mean? This, you could still move. I mean, even if it's just little motions, just like looking around, this kind of thing, but maybe, I don't know how that's going to work yet. But I think that's such a nice touch to have your weapons on display in the background. And okay, the final two sections then, you've actually got the quests on there as well. So they're just going to make the quest buttons much more prominent for new players. And speaking of which, the actual new player experience as well looks pretty darn good. There's a lot going off down here. We've also made some changes to improve the new player experience. Previously, we used to have a lot of quests with UI-based objectives to help explain new features, but they were often hard to notice and not as effective as they could be. you guys can read, I'm going to let you guys go through the rest of this, but a lot of this is absolutely great. The whole new player experience, I think, is fantastic. One thing I've pushed on this channel a lot is new player guides, and that's the main reason why, because I think the game is tough for new players. I mean, my son's recently been playing this game. He's only 13, my youngest son's 10, and they've been going through the game, and it's really tough, from a new player, especially a young new player. It's quite complex, and the graphics are kind of aimed at like the young adult sector, yet the actual menus and everything is aimed at like the, I don't know, brain scientist or whatever it may be. So it's not easy, it's tough to actually get your head around and things like that. But I think this is a great way, and it just shows that Epic are trying to do the right things. And from a longevity point of view, and is Fortnite Save the World here to stay? I think this is a massive step in the right direction. Are we going to get overshadowed a little bit by Battle Royale? Yeah. But you know what? You've got to remember, the Battle Royale game mode is limited. There's only so much you can do with that. And after a while, that's going to, it's going to fizzle out, over time. Now, I hope it lasts for ages and ages and ages, because I love Battle Royale. I've been playing it on the channel recently. Those of you watching the Noob Academy, I've been having a great time with that. But it can't last forever. I mean, ultimately, it's 100 people dropping onto a map, last man standing. Now, that can only go for so long. Games like Minecraft, for example, lasted for so long because there's infinite possibilities when it comes to creativity. Fortnite Battle Royale is not really like that, so the shelf life on something like Battle Royale is going to have a lot harder time competing. That doesn't mean it won't compete. I could be completely wrong, and I could be seeing this game in 10 years, still at the top of all the YouTube charts, still at the top of all the game charts. Technically, could it be top of any game charts because it's a free game? Most popular free game? I don't know. But still, what you'll find is I think BR will be around for quite a while, but the longevity of it is going to be limited, and this is kind of what Fortnite could be in the future. And I think if Epic get this right, this could actually be a blessing for us. I mean, think about this. We've got a lot of, the Fortnite game itself, the Fortnite brand is getting a ton of exposure from Battle Royale right now. Now, what happens is, Battle Royale, everyone goes over to play that, but then the Fortnite Save the World experience is kind of in the background. Not everybody's playing it. I put on one of Courage JD's stream, I made like a sponsor donation to him or whatever it is on Twitch, give Joe some bits or whatever, and I put something on there like, why don't you try out Save the World? And he just kind of dismissed it and kind of just went, yeah, that's not going to happen. And I kind of get it, it's kind of not actiony enough for him. It's not an esports game, which is more of his genre, which is what he does. And I get that, but I think there's a lot of players who are the same. This game's not got enough, or it doesn't appear to have enough action in it because they don't actually get the game right now. And I think, all these little changes, all these UI changes in the background, and all these things that Epic are adding to make it better, by the time people are looking for something else other than Fortnite Battle Royale, we could have this absolutely nailed, and we could have a fantastic community with a great game, a really fluid game. I don't think any game has no bugs in it. Even the best games have bugs in them, but has very few bugs in it, an acceptable amount of bugs in it. And then this game could go on and on and on, and who knows where it could go from there. This game could be huge still, and I would implore you guys to stick with it. This game's still in its infancy, and we've got a lot to come from Epic, I think, on this game. Alright, I genuinely don't know why I bother saying this is going to be a short vid, because it never is. But I've really enjoyed going through this one with you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, because I would love to know what you think. Is this a good boost for the future of Epic? Or is it just something they're doing? Is it too little too late, perhaps? Or is it something that you're quite excited for and thinking, do you know what, we're actually moving now? But let me know in the comments down below, because I would absolutely love to know. And guys, if you're not part of the Litanah army already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to drop me a like as you leave, because I love seeing that as well. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Take care now, guys.